Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Studios here, and welcome back to another movie review. And for today's movie review, I'm continuing my James Cameron movie review marathon leading up to Avatar: The Way of Water. Yeah, basically where I review all blockbusters in James Cameron's filmography, not counting Piranha 2, but yeah. Anyway, so the movie I'll be talking about is the follow up to the Terminator. For James Cameron's filmography, not Terminator 2. That's like this in the weekend. But yeah, the movie I'll be reviewing is Aliens. So Aliens came out in 1986 and it's the sequel to Ridley Scott's Alien. Basically, yeah, this film stars Sigourney Weaver as Ripley, Michael Biehn, who played Kyle Reese in the Terminator. We also got Paul Racer, who was in Paul Reiser. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he played Dr. Sam Owens in Stranger Things. I'm glad to see a Stranger Things actor in this film. And we also got Bill Paxton, who passed away 5 years ago. Rest in peace to him. So yeah, for today's movie review. No wait, Aliens tells a story taking place 57 years after Ripley's demise. Ripley was brought back to life, like, and she yeah, she's called back with a highly trained soldiers. She teams up with them to fight a new wave of alien while being in space, and also she also must rescue this girl named Newt, the young girl, and they seem to have this bonding together. So I remember like but in Avengers Infinity War, I want to get that right now. They mentioned aliens, which I've heard of this movie for a long time, but in Infinity War, they if you guys remember that scene, they make a reference to aliens when like how they defeat the alien when they blow the ship and then the alien like goes into space and then the humans like try to survive. Yeah, that's kind of like what convinced me to actually watch Aliens, and haven't seen that film at the time. I saw that film in like 2019, and yeah, I don't want to talk too much about Avengers Infinity War because it's not really that related. We're talking aliens here. And yeah, the first Alien movie from Ridley Scott is a sci-fi classic. I think we can all agree that the movie's a masterpiece. Yeah, sure, it is a slow burn movie. But I mean that's what makes that movie unique. It actually does take its time to develop the world and everything other before you get to the horror aspect of it. I actually saw Aliens first before Alien. Yeah, no joke. I saw this one first because it's James Cameron. It's action, and I wasn't really ready for Alien at the time. Like being called the scariest horror movie, I guess. And also like back in 2019, back when I saw this, James Cameron was actually my favorite director in 2019. Well, he's in my top five favorite directors currently. Yeah, we all know how James Cameron is the master of blockbusters, and I don't like people who doubt him. But yeah, the reason why I saw Aliens when I think Aliens in 2019 is, yeah, like what I said, because James Cameron is my favorite director, at that time. And probably like the main reason why I was hyped for Alita Battle Angel was because of James Cameron's involvement, and I have huge bias towards him. He was not my favorite filmmaker anymore. I think he stopped being my favorite filmmaker after that crappy Terminator Dark Fate came out. Yeah, I and also like I kind of moved on with from him to Christopher Nolan, and I started getting into Christopher Nolan movies. But I'm still a fan of his work, and yeah, I mean, Alien is a perfect movie from Ridley Scott. But let me tell you, James Cameron is the king of sequels. I mean, he literally knows how to craft sequels, and he made a sequel to someone else's movie, and actually makes it better. Now I know there's some people who say that Alien is better, but to me personally, I'm personally on the side of Aliens. Yes, there are people who say Aliens is better, but there are others who say Alien is better. To me, Aliens is better. I mean, God, this movie is a masterpiece. It is in my top five favorite James Cameron movies, and this is easily, and I mean easily, the best movie of 1986. So the film's a respective year. I mean, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a masterpiece and my favorite John Hughes movies, but I think this movie's legit better than Ferris Bueller's. Ferris Bueller is probably one of my favorite comedies, coming of age stories. But I mean, it can't be but it's no Aliens. This movie is incredible. It is like probably one of the most iconic sequels ever made. And this movie alongside Terminator 2: Judgment Day shows that James Cameron really knows how to make a sequel actually surpass the original. I heard first reactions from Avatar: The Way of Water saying that um with people saying that it's better than the first one. Though there's some people saying that it's not that good, but those are just people who didn't really like the first one that much, and they say it's in the and then people who weren't a fan of it, they say it's better than the first one, but it doesn't say much. Yeah, people are saying Avatar is better than the first one. That really shows how James Cameron really knows how to make a sequel better than the first movie. It really does make sense. But yeah, Aliens, yeah, is an example of how to make sequels better than the first film. Actually turn it into a sci-fi action blockbuster. I mean, Aliens was a horror movie, but then but then this movie is a turnaround. It's still kind of a horror movie. It does have horror elements. There is some jump scare. There's still like jump scares to it. Like for example, there's a scene with the spider that this alien spider thingy or whatever. That was a major jump scare. I know people say, oh, it was just a spider. No, it is a legit jump scare, but it's more action sci-fi oriented than you think. I mean, this movie has a ton of action. I mean, it's really a ton of action, and I think all the actions are worth it. And as visual wise, this is a step up from the Terminator. This is pretty much the start of I'm showing James Cameron's visual side, the creative side. It's showing like how James Cameron crafts visual effects in his movies. I don't think he's a visual artist, but he seems like it because damn, those alien designs are absolutely terrifying. Which is one reason why I still think this movie is leaning towards the this movie still has a bit of horror to it because it actually does not show these aliens. I mean, these aliens do look terrified. They actually do look scary, and yeah, I mean, there's not much jump scares beside the spider one, but it's still legit a horror movie. In its own ways, and that's what I love about Aliens. And yes, Sigourney Weaver. Ellen Ripley is Sigourney Weaver's best role. No doubt about that. And it's not for I can't think of a single Sigourney Weaver performance that role that comes close to Ripley. Well, I would say I love her as Dr. Grace Augustine from Avatar, but she's no Ripley. I mean, Ripley is one of the most badass heroes out there. Now, I'm gonna say she's one of my personal favorite, but when it comes to people's complaints with modern Hollywood, with like how they treat female characters, they often look back at someone like Ellen Ripley, and they use Ripley as an example of a badass female character actually done right, and they're right. She is a badass. She actually is a badass hero, and the action scenes are absolutely intense. Absolutely leaves you on the edge of your seat, and I really love the sound design as well. It's still, like I said, it combines action with horror right away. So the score is a little bit horror-ish, and I love that. It is just wow. And what is there to say? I think there's something else. And yeah, but this movie it isn't just all action. It isn't just all spectacle. It isn't all just James Cameron doing what he loves. But this movie has heart to it, and it's all thanks to a newcomer, Newt, played by Carrie Henn. Newt is probably, I'm not sure if I would say either. I can't decide if Ripley or Newt is my favorite character. Maybe slightly. I'd say Ripley, but Newt is not far behind. I mean, like one of my favorite scenes in the film is pretty much the bonding between Ripley and Newt. I mean, that moment absolutely gives that gives this movie a time to breathe, a time to take a break from the action and just have some drama to it, and it's just amazing. That how I mean this movie is just so well written as well. I'd say the writing is better than the first film. It's actually like more complex. I mean the first movie is a very it's a very simple story of people of a crew being trapped in a spaceship with aliens, but this one they make it more complex. They make it more grounded, and they actually have a lot more offer to this story. And there's actually much more things happening. That's probably like what makes Aliens better than the first one. The main thing, it's more entertaining. It's faster paced. It really leaves you on the edge of your seat with your blood pumping and yeah, maybe like the people who say Alien is better than Aliens, they prefer slow burn mo- um movies, movies that are slow more than just big action blockbusters like this one. And I can totally see that. But if you're an action fan, then most likely you'll think this is better than the first film. Yeah, but I'm just more of a James Cameron fan than a Ridley Scott fan. I still love Ridley Scott. I love Alien, but I mean, it's not even close, honestly. I don't think it's close. I'm thinking about it, and yeah, this movie is just an action sci-fi masterpiece. So overall, Alien is no, so overall, Aliens is vastly superior to the first film. It absolutely take notes of what the first film accomplished and actually expanded it. It actually does some new get things right. I mean, it's an action sci-fi horror film. It's still with horror elements and still like maintains what makes Aliens a great alien movie. And just like the Terminator franchise, I mean this movie suffers with some really mediocre to bad sequels. I don't hate Alien Covenant. I don't hate Alien Covenant, but it's so vanilla. Prometheus is well made, but it's kind of slow, and Alien Resurrection sucks. And don't get me started on Alien 3. I think Alien 3 is the worst in the franchise. Yeah, I mean, what a shame that Alien 3 was bad because that film was actually directed by a great director, David Fincher. But that was David Fincher's first film. Now David Fincher is doing what he does best, and he pretty much makes some great stuff. So yeah, yeah, overall, yeah, this is easily the best movie in 1986. It is a masterpiece, and yeah, this movie pretty much has a very complex, grounded story, great gorgeous visual effects for its time, some really intense, badass action scenes, and a badass female protagonist that everyone can connect with. Ellen Ripley, Sigourney Weaver's best performance yet, and I think Newt should be talked about more. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna give Aliens a 10 out of 10. So that's all for my review of Aliens. The second part of my James Cameron reviews, leading up to Avatar: The Way of Water. What is your opinion on Aliens? Who agrees that Aliens is better than Alien? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my review of the next James Cameron film. The next James Cameron film, The Abyss. Oh yeah, and also stay tuned for another Christmas movie review. Die Hard. Yeah, I probably might review Die Hard first before The Abyss. I just want to watch something because I think I'll have enough time to watch a Christmas movie. Since tomorrow I'm pretty much free. I have no school. It's a holiday, so I get to do. I get more time. I get to watch more movies and do more movie reviews. So yeah, again, stay tuned for my reviews of the Die Hard, for my Christmas movie, for another Christmas movie review, and The Abyss. The next part of the James Cameron marathon. So yeah, bye guys.